Nitro Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing a show that lately I have been falling deeply in love with. Now, it's no secret that Nickelodeon has been falling pretty far behind in the channel race since the past few years, with shows like Breadwinners, Pig Goat Banana Cricket, and even sadly, Modern Fairly Odd Parents episode. With that being said, when The Loud House was first shown, my initial thought was, oh god, here's another cheap Nickelodeon modern meme sitcom piece of shit. And after the first episode aired, I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly how I felt. I am just absolutely in love with this show. It was this show that made me realize how Nickelodeon is starting to get much better. We're starting to have shows like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Hell, there's even a new Danny Phantom continuation on the way. Debatable whether or not it's a rumor, but hell, Nickelodeon is finally heading back in the right direction. So, before we begin, let's go over some history, shall we?
It's history time, mortal flesh sacks.
The show's creator is Chris Savino. Oh god, this explains a lot. Okay, so, for those of you who don't know, Chris Savino got his start as a layout artist for the Ren and Stimpy show. He would then later on to move to being a prop designer for Rocko's Modern Life. And anyone who knows that show knows it's an instant Nickelodeon classic. And ever since then he's been working as a writer and director on such series as Dexter's Laboratory, The Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Foster Home for Imaginary Friends, Kick Buttowski, and even My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. So yeah, that do anything for ya? This guy has done some amazing work on some amazing shows, and so that explains why The Loud House is done really well. So, I hope you're as excited as I am, because I am ready to dive into this review. There were a lot of episodes to choose from, but in the end I decided to go with No Guts, No Glory, as it does hold a lesson that society today could sure use, and I'll be sure to walk you through it. Keep in mind though, these are, of course, my opinions, and my opinions alone. I am not biased towards the subject matter at hand, and all rights belong to the respective properties. And so, the episode starts us off with Lincoln Loud giving one of his classic intro speeches. He usually does this fourth wall speech whenever he's alone, and it usually gives us some story narrative to go along with the episode. But as Lincoln is about to enjoy some Friday night video gaming...
Love that new game smell. Wait a minute. Is that... Oh no. Date night! Which can only mean one other thing.
Lori's in charge. Do as she says. Bye!
No!
Yes, as it turns out, his parents have left for date night, leaving the Loud family's oldest sister in charge. And as they describe it, she's kind of a sadist whenever she is left in charge. So, pretty much a good comparison would be a blonde Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents. So, Lori puts on her army uniform, maybe a little too forceful, but whatever, and she lines him up telling him exactly how the evening is going to go down.
At ease. Just kidding! Nobody is to be at ease in my presence! Here's our schedule for this evening. 6 to 7, sitting on beds with arms folded. 7 to 7:30, chow. 7:30 to 8, thorough cleaning of mess hall. 8, staring at wall until falling asleep.
We then cut to Lincoln passing a note down the hallway, by a hamster ball, to all of his sisters for a private meeting. Lincoln begins giving a speech about how they're prisoners in their own house, and they shouldn't have to take the strict ruling. So they set up a kind of hilarious trap.
Lily? What are you...
They capture Lori and they tell her that they want freedom from their oppression. Lori explains how it's her rules that keep the house from falling apart, but it falls on deaf ears as they begin cheering for Lincoln to be the new ruler of the house. With Lori put away, it's time for them to enjoy their well-deserved freedom. And everything is looking pretty well, actually. However, it doesn't take long for things to start going wrong. What starts as them enjoying their freedom to a limit has gone to everyone pushing their boundaries of it further and further.
Okay, get too crazy. Rad sounds! Maybe not so loud. Can't ride a dirt bike without dirt. Give me that bucket!
What I really love about this scene is how everything comes together to make the situation progressively worse. And Lincoln has had enough of it all, so he tries getting them all back in line. However, everyone turns on him and continues on with their business, like you would expect. It was nice to have him as the leader when they were causing chaos, but when there needs to be order, they just tossed him aside. So, Lincoln gets the idea that he needs to set Lori free, but he is stopped in the process. And with absolutely no option left, he does what any man would do in a time of war.
Boss's orders.
Those were my orders. Let me in!
I'm gonna need you to step back, sir.
Sorry about this, Lola.
Oh, good God, she just went Mad Max on his ass. Well, Lincoln manages to get free and finds Lori, who has managed to untie herself all along, and is just sitting idly by. Lincoln tries to get her to help, but she says that he's the one in charge, so he should be the one to fix the mess. But after apologizing to his sister and admitting he was wrong about the whole thing, Lori forgives him and they go off to set things straight. And with only 10 minutes to spare, they work together to get the house clean and manage to get it done. And so, the episode ends with the house being spotless, Lori playing games with Lincoln, and with the final message that there's no need to say no all the time. As a final note, I love the message being shown in this episode, showing that while we do need freedom, we also need rules and laws to keep us in order. If everyone were allowed to do whatever they wanted, this world would be in a backwards mess. And also, it shows that while we do need restrictions, we also need a balance of freedom where it matters. And as far as the show goes, I give it a definite recommendation.